Hello, boys and girls. My name is Mike Kelly, Real Illusion Forum. Mostly nowadays. I don't know. I don't know where I am nowadays. My channel, right here on my channel. So anyway, a user asked about this character. We're talking about Gen 9 characters the last couple of times, and then this one is Manalik, I guess is his name. And he was saying, "How can I bring this in?" And he has tentacles, those little tentacles. I always call these guys tailheads. it's probably it's probably really derogatory in the Star Wars universe to call somebody a tailhead. But anyway, he's got these little tentacles up here. And to bring him in the way we normally do with Gen 9 figures now is these have to be, these are an accessory. They have to be converted to a prop. So you go down here to tentacles, and the first thing you do is unparent them. You unparent them. And I should have done that. Let me back up here just a second. They're parented now. I just want to show you something. The tentacles have these poses here. So there's all these different kinds of things you can do with them. You can move them around. Here's like an all-star. Watch the tentacles there. See how they go up there like that, and you can do posed. You can move them down. So they have these more sliders here. So if we unparent them, the sliders still stay effective. So you can still pose them. Once we convert them to a prop, and we showed you how to do that the last tutorial, you go to figure and you go to rigging and convert it to a prop, you lose the morphs that are here. So what I was telling this guy is, if you want to bring this into character creator, then you have to pose it first, get the poses the way you want it, and then once you pose it, when you convert it to a prop, it'll bake that position in. Oh, I should mention one more thing too. It's got a shell to it here. You got to delete this shell. There's no way around it. We've talked about shells before, and I don't even want to get into that on this video. The shell just doesn't work. So anyway, you can convert this to a prop, and if you do, you lose the morphs then. But he said, I want the morphs, so I guess he wants to morph it inside of iClone as an animation. Well, you can do that. You just can't do it in Character Creator. So here's what you have to do in order to do that. So first of all, you have to unparent it. I already showed you unparenting. The other thing you would do here is I want to delete Malik. You'd have to bring Manalik, I don't know how to pronounce his name. You'd have to delete this character. Have to bring him in separately without his tentacles. Okay, bring him in separately without his tentacles. And or bring him in, like I said, posed as a tentacle prop. But in any case, bring him in, and then take the tentacles after you unparent them and export them. And I'm going to show you how to export them. You're going to go to File and Export. And I've already done this once, but I'm going to show you again. It's I don't know how to spell this. Like tentacles. And then we want to go to the Edit the Morph rules. And the reason we want to have all as your rule here. Notice the all is just all without any spaces following it, because what it'll do is it'll get the morphs, because those morphs that are in here are all. Or you can just do anything and change that into a morph. So in this one, you could change the anything morph into export. But in any case, this is what we did. We did the all, and it's going to accept that. So then we accept it, and then let's go to export all these morphs that are here. So those are all exported as essentially a rigged prop, if you understand that. We can't bring it into Character Creator. I tried. Character Creator doesn't quite have those tools, or if it does, I don't know where to get them. So what we'd have to do now is to go to iClone and drag and drop that tentacle prop in there. Okay, there it is. And move around, take a look at it. And so there's the tentacles. And then what we can do is we go to Modify, and we go up here to the Animation tab, and we go to Morph Creator. Okay, Morph Creator. Actually, you really don't have to go to Morph Creator. Morph Creator is if you're going to put separate morphs in. It already has, I would just say it contains animation data, because I guess it had animation from Daz. You remove it, that's fine. It has all these morphs here. You don't really need to go to Morph Creator if you're not going to create any more morphs. I like to go and delete all of these extra morphs. So I like to select these and delete them and then update it to iClone. But for now, so you can leave however many morphs you want. But I'm going to delete them just because it's a little easier to see and understand what's going on here if there's only a few morphs. I'm just going to use the main morphs. If you want all these morphs, you're going to just leave them in and not even go to Morph Creator, because it comes in with all those morphs when we drag and drop it. So there we go. Those are the three main morphs, and you can see, that poses that, just like we were doing there, down there. If you want all those other morphs, you don't have to come in here and delete it. And then we have to update or send and replace. We can update it and go into here. And now that's the morphs we have in here. So if we go to the scene, that's morph. So now we can go to Morph Animator. And in Morph Animator, you'll see we have those three morphs that we kept. We deleted all the rest of them. And now in Morph Animator, if you haven't used Morph Animator before, if you're in iClone, and you can pose like that, and then you can head along here, and then maybe just have another key, put another key in here, like that, come along here, and then have them go out here, and then come along here, and have a key there, and bring this out here, and all kinds of animation. So that's what you do in Animated. That's how you animate, is using Morph Animator. And then in iClone, then you can see those tentacles will animate, which I guess is what he wants. So you can do that. Now you might say, but Mike, I don't have the character. Okay, so now if we go back to Character Creator, this is where I brought Malik in with the pose. Remember I talked to you about posing and baking that as a prop. So it doesn't have any morphs. This thing doesn't have any morphs. So if I go to the scene, you can see it has the tentacles there. So if I delete that out of there, and then I go ahead and file and export and send this character to iClone, then when he comes into iClone, he will come in eventually. Oh, shoot. Where is he? There he is. Oh, that's funny. He didn't line up with that. Normally, he lines up with that. Why didn't that line up with that? Huh. All right. Well, this is good. I wanted to show you how to do this all the way, so we'll align him up to there. We're going to align X, Y, and Z. Yeah, okay. Rotate? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, well, anyway, that's how you line him up. So he's lined up. So now you have Malik and his tentacles in there, and so you can do all the, still animate him and do it that way. Oh, and the other thing you want to do, of course, is because that's not attached, so once the character starts moving, it'll just disappear. You want to make sure you attach it to the head there, so it's attached. So that way, matter of fact, let's see if I have some other animation here I can show you real quick. I've got so many animated files, it's hard to even imagine how much animation I have. Let's just find something here. Let's do supermodels. He's a male supermodel. He looks like a male supermodel. Yeah, maybe he just looks handsome here. There we go. Oh, and he's not actually animated. That's just a pose. I want a motion here. Let's get something motion. There we go. Okay, so anyway. So and you'll notice as he's walking, the tentacles are animating because that's what we did. So anyway, so that's how you do it, kids. You just do it in separate steps if you have to. If you don't need the animation part of it, you can just bring it in as a prop, and as I showed you, and attached to the character. So I think that's about it, and we'll see you around the forums.